Welcome back to a new AI tutorial. In this video we are going to do an AI chef app using Langchain and Streamlit. We are going to create a web app and it's going to be taking our ingredients as input. Then it's going to generate a recipe using AI. You can see the final version of the app that we are going to create in this video from the screen right now. Let's start coding. I'm in Visual Studio Code interface right now. You can use any code editor that you want. I'm going to close this welcome screen right now. And then I'm going to create a new file name recipe generator.ipmb. Firstly, I'm going to show you the logic on the Jupyter notebook. Then we are going to create our web app for the recipe generator. So I'm going to create this file, and the AI tool that we are going to create is going to take the ingredients, and actually we can delete this character, and then it's going to give us food recipe. Great, so this is going to be our goal in this video. And in the start, I will say Python 3.11 for my kernel. And I firstly want to start by showing the Langchain version that I'm currently using on this app, because sometimes libraries can get updated and the codes or codes working behind the codes can change. So maybe something that you see in this video won't work on you. So for making sure of that, I'm going to show you my Langchain version, and we are not going to have this problem if you install the same version. And how you can install this version is you can say pip install Langchain, and you can specify the version like this. Also at the Mac you can do pip3 install Langchain 0 to 12. And now we can start coding our recipe generator. So what we are going to do is we are going to start by doing our imports. We are going to import large language model chain from Langchain like this. From Langchain import LLM chain. This is going to be helping us on combining the prompt template we gave and the large language model. And we are going to import prompt template from Langchain, the prompts, and this is going to be our logic. And I will say from Langchain LLMs import OpenAI. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my API key as an environment variable. So I'm going to import operating system, and then I will say operating system environment variable and OpenAI API key. It's going to be starting with SK, but I'm not going to share my API key with you. It's free to create an API key, and you can just type OpenAI API Playground to the Google for reaching to the OpenAI's API Playground website, and then you can get your API key from there. This video won't cost too much. I think it's going to be around 50 cents or maybe 40 cents, but when you create your account for the first time, OpenAI gives you $5 of balance. So you can use that balance on this video, like it's going to be the 10% of that balance that you are going to get when you create your account, and you can create your API key for free, and then you need to paste this like this one, and then you are going to be able to use the OpenAI models using Langchain. One more time, you just need to write OpenAI API key to the Google. And now I'm going to enter my API key in here, and then I'm going to be re-recording. My API key is ready, and now we can continue. The next step is going to be creating the prompt template. So this is going to be really important because it's going to be the logic of our app, and our template is going to say, here is the ingredients, create me a recipe. So I will say like template, and it's going to be, let's create like this. You are a chef who creates recipes based on the ingredients. I think we can say like this, and we can say available. And then what I'm going to say is, here are the ingredients, and I will say ingredients. We are going to give the ingredients dynamically. That's why I create it with curly braces. So I will say, please suggest a recipe that can be made with these ingredients. And then I'm going to say including instructions. Now what I'm going to do is I will say recipe, and I'm going to save it like this. So let's read it quickly. You're a chef who creates recipes based on ingredients available. Here are the ingredients. Please suggest a recipe that can be made with these ingredients, including instructions and the recipe as the answer. Great. So we can create our prompt template. I will say prompt, and our prompt template is going to be input variables are going to be ingredients, and we are going to select the template as template we created in here. So we have our prompt template ready right now. Next, I'm going to initialize the large language model. So I will say LLM is going to be OpenAI, and I will say model. Let's not specify the model, we can just create like this, and we imported OpenAI here. I just want to check, and I'm going to create this. Then I actually don't want to see any type of depreciation errors because they are useless. So I will say from warnings, actually let's directly import warnings, and then I will say warnings dot filter warnings. I will say ignore like this, and when I do that, if I make this run again, we are not going to get any type of depreciation warnings. Great. Now I'm going to create the chain with large language model that I initialized and created the prompt template like in here. So I will say recipe generator is going to be equal to a large language model chain. The prompt is going to be the prompt, and large language model is going to be the large language model like this. Now we imported large language model chain in here. Now it's time to test our recipe generator. So let's say our ingredients is going to be something like chicken, garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, and what else we can add? Let's add also lemon. And now I will say recipe is going to be like generate recipe, and I will give ingredients like this. Also, for the generate recipe side, we need to do recipe generator dot run. So we are going to make this chain run like this, and when I make it run, I'm going to get my recipe in here by running this chain that I created, and I will say print recipe like this. And lemon, pepper, garlic, chicken, we see the ingredients and we see the instructions. Also it added enjoy at the end. Let's read it. So lemon, pepper, garlic, chicken. Ingredients: 4 chicken breasts, 4 cloves of garlic minced, 2 tablespoons olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, juice of 1 lemon. Instructions: preheat your oven to this Fahrenheit. In a small bowl, mix together the minced garlic, olive oil, salt and pepper. Place the chicken breast in a baking dish and spread the garlic mixture evenly over the chicken. Drizzle the lemon juice over the chicken. By the way, I think it's looking really good. It was lemon juice. I think I misspelled it. And then bake in the preheated oven for 25-30 minutes or until the chicken is cooked through and the juices run clear. Optional, for a crispier exterior, broil the chicken for 3 minutes to 3 minutes at the end of cooking. Serve the lemon pepper garlic chicken hot with your choice of side dishes. Enjoy. So it's working perfectly. Let's make another example, like quick one. Ingredients, we can say like tomato, salt, pepper, let's say onion, and maybe what we can add. We can add like, let's say meat. And let's test it out. Recipe is going to be recipe generator in here. In here, dot run, and we will give our new ingredients. It's recipe generator like this. Now I'm going to print this out, like print recipe, and here it is: tomato and meat pasta with onion and pepper. So we didn't give any type of pasta, but it's cool, it can generate like this. Also let's add pasta in here. So I'm going to make it run again. Now we are going to see a receive with pasta. Yeah, tomato and meat pasta. We see that one large tomato, 1 divided by 4, salt, and features like that. So we have the instructions: start by boiling a pot of water and cooking the pasta. I'm not going to read this one, but we saw that it's working really good. So now for the following part, we are going to create a Streamlit app of this tool. So in a web user interface, we can have an AI chef. For that, I'm going to create app.py in here, and what I'm going to do in here is I will say import Streamlit as st, import, by the way, I will show you my Langchain version, Streamlit version, so I will say pip show Streamlit. So you can install the same one if the codes are not working, the thing that we talked at the starting of the video. I will import Langchain, and I'm going to import warnings. I'm going to filter them because when I open a Streamlit, I don't want to see add of depreciation errors in here. So I will say warnings, filter warnings, ignore at the first place. Then I'm going to continue with creating a Streamlit page structure. Like I will say Streamlit title, and I'm going to say AI chef, and let's say like AI chef. Okay, and then I'm going to use divider. I use them a lot when I'm developing Streamlit apps. I believe that it make app look really better. So I will say Streamlit write and enter the ingredients you have, and I will generate a, let's say like delicious recipe for you. And now I'm going to use another divider. I will say, actually let's not use divider in here. I will say ingredients, and it's going to be streamlit.text area, and I will say ingredients. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a button, and our app is going to be running when we create interaction with it, like if you click it. But firstly, we need to put our stuff from the notebook. So we have our template in here, and I need to put them to like this instead of Langchain, and I will put them like this. Now I'm going to come to a notebook. By the way, I can write this again and again, but I want this video to be short and informative. That's why I'm not going to do that. And I think we can put them at the starting point like this. And I will say we need to put this one too. Then we need to put our chain too. And I think it's enough. And I didn't forget anything. The prompt template, large language model, recipe generator. Okay, cool. So I will say Streamlit.divider right now, and we make our import. Now I will say if Streamlit button generate a recipe, and if it's clicked, like we say if Streamlit button means in Streamlit language, if this button clicked, you will say if ingredients, like if the text is not empty, like if someone enters something in here. Let's firstly write the else of this. Else I'm going to say streamlit.error, please enter some ingredients. And if ingredients are entered, we will say recipe is going to be recipe generator dot run. We are going to give the ingredients we have in here, like right in here. And I will say streamlit.write, and I will write my recipe directly. And I'm going to say, like, I think it's enough, but we can add a little animation, like let's say streamlit.snow, and we are going to have a little effect on that side. So if I make this run, it's not going to run smoothly because it's going to ask me to enter an API key. So how I'm going to enter my API keys in this initialization side, I'm going to set environment variable, but I'm going to do it from terminal. Like I will say export and I will say OpenAI API key. Then with equal sign, I'm going to enter my API key like this. And after that, I will say Streamlit run app.py, but I'm going to be showing you that process. But you can enter your API key like this, or even in the notebook, you can create the same structure like this one and enter your API key in app.py. Like, let me quickly show you. You can do like enter your API key in here, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going to remove this one. And after entering my API key in here, I'm going to be re-recording for showing you the Streamlit app running code. Okay, so I entered my API key like that and I cleared the terminal from here. Now I will say Streamlit run app.py. Actually, I made a typo on there. I will say Streamlit run app.py like this. And as you can see, it says you can now view your Streamlit app in your browser, and it gives me an URL of localhost 8501. You just need to copy this and enter it to your browser. Also, it needs to be opened in your browser directly. In my scenario, it was like this. Also, I want to check if we have any typos like ingredients here, ingredients here, ingredients here. And in the prompt template side, we have the ingredients here, ingredients here. There is a typo. So that's why we have a problem on the app side. And now I'm going to save this file like this. And we can have our Streamlit app after opening the browser. I'm going to be re-recording in the browser. Again, you just need to open this address from your browser. By the way, we need to do warnings before the imports like this, and we need to import warnings like this if we don't want to see any type of warnings in our imports. It doesn't really matter the terminal side, just go to this address and I will be re-recording on there. So here is our app, AI Chef app. Enter the ingredients you have and I will generate a delicious recipe for you. It seems really good. I will say generate recipe and it says please enter some ingredients. So let's enter the same ones that we entered. Like I will say tomato, salt, pepper, onion, meat and pasta, and I will say generate a recipe. Now it's generating a recipe behind and it gives our recipe tomato and meat pasta ingredients and the following information. Let's also test with the other one, the chicken garlic one. So I'm going to paste it and I will say generate a recipe. Now it's running and now here is our recipe. So our app is working perfectly. We have an AI web app on recipe generation with ingredients that is taken by the users. As the next step in the video, I'm going to be summarizing our web app's logic on the code side. Then we can finish this tutorial since we have a really good looking app. Let's try with tomato and let's say meat, etc. We can do anything and it's going to generate a recipe in the way that we want. Here, garlic lemon chicken with tomato salsa. Now it included tomato and great. So let's go back into the code editor. So I'm going to be closing the terminal and talk about what we did in this video's Streamlit side. So we firstly created our AI Chef app, but I'm going to talk about it in here. I firstly import the warnings and I add filter warnings ignore because I don't want to get any type of depreciation warnings, they are useless. Then I import Streamlit. I also showed you my Streamlit version and Langchain version. So if you are having trouble on running this code, you can install these versions. It's going to run smoothly in that case. We import LLM chain, prompt template and OpenAI from Langchain. Then we create a template like you're a chef who creates recipes based on the ingredients available. Here are the ingredients. And then what we do is please suggest a recipe that can be made with these ingredients, including instructions, and we get the recipe. So we create a prompt template with input variable of ingredients and with the template in here. So it's in a dynamic structure and it's going to give ingredients input variable inside here. Then we initialize our language model. We create our chain like prompt and LLM. Then we create our Streamlit app. The title is in here, and we write like enter the ingredients you have and I will generate a delicious recipe for you. Then we take a text input for ingredients and we use a divider after that, and we define a button with the name generate a recipe, and if button is not applied we say please enter some ingredients. So if button is not applied, it's not going to appear anything, but if the button is applied and there is no ingredients written, then it's going to raise this error. And next, if this button is applied with ingredients entered, it's going to make a little animation like snowing effect. Then it will generate the recipe. We use run the chain in here, then we pass the ingredients we take in here, then we say the recipe and we print the recipe. So this is our app. Thanks for watching this AI tutorial. I have a Langchain and AI tutorials playlist on my channel. You can check that playlist for more videos like this. I will be adding it into the cards. Also, I'm sharing new data science videos every week on my channel. You can subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Have a great day.